Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we'll practice another case. The case type is market entry, the domain is retail services, it is an easy level case and it is candidate led. The title of the case is QuickCut Barbershop. But before starting with the case, I'll give you a fit question to think about. Tell me about something you have accomplished that you are proud of. Interviewers generally ask these questions in fit interviews to check whether you have some experiences, whether you have some stories to tell, and whether you can handle these type of questions. So think about this question. Now let us start with the case prompt. Your friend is considering opening a barber shop. The local market has two types of competitors, high-end salons charging $45 per haircut and budget shops charging $18 per haircut. Okay, so we now have an idea that there are two types of competitors, high-end which are expensive, which are $45 per haircut, and there are budget shops which are charging $18. Your friend believes there's an opportunity for a mid-tier option at $28. Okay, so your friend thinks that okay, there is a huge price gap and there is an opportunity for a middle price like $28. He wants your help evaluating whether this is a good opportunity and which location to choose. Okay, so now we have an idea that your friend wants to enter this barbershop market and wants your help. And he also wants your help to decide which location to choose. Okay, so we now might have different types of locations or different locations, and we have to help them identify which location is more profitable. Since this is a candidate-led question, you as a candidate have to ask the interviewer about the information. Now let us summarize. There are a few things which you should clarify. Okay, so what is a target market? Because we only got to know about salons, we only got to know about the different prices. So what is a target market? Which age sector or which gender are you targeting, or whether you're targeting for a universal salon? Adult men in the city, population 80,000, 50% are male. Okay, so now the interviewer tells us that okay, the salon is only for men and it is a men's salon. The population of the city is 80,000, out of which 50% are men. Market split, 70% use budget shops and 30% use high-end salons. Because we have to identify that okay, what percentage of population will likely shift, we also need to analyze what is the current market split between high-end salons and budget shops. So we ask the interviewer, and interviewer tells us okay, assume 70% of people use budget shops and 30% of people use high-end salons. What is the usual haircut frequency? Either you can assume it and clarify it with the interviewer or ask the interviewer about it. Average man gets 10 haircuts per year. Friend situation, how much money does a friend have? He has $80,000 savings and he wants to be profitable in year one. What are the locations from which we have to choose? Whether they are specific locations or location types. Okay, so the interviewer tells us there are two options, downtown location or suburban strip mall. And how about the competition? Because if you remember, we talked about competition in detail in the market entry framework, because we have to consider competition. But since it's an easy level case, the interviewer tells us okay, established players unlikely to change pricing. Means you are unlikely to face any competition if you try to enter this market. So that competition column that we had in the market entry framework is essentially like does not play any role in this case, because the interviewer has said competitors won't do anything. Okay, so we have our capability. We have to think about company capabilities. There is nothing to actually think about it, because we are starting it from scratch and it's just a barber shop. There is nothing too much technical here. So major thing that we have to discuss is our financial analysis. That's the main thing, and location choosing and when to enter and all these things. Okay, so we have to develop market entry framework. We have already discussed about it. Ask for market data. We have asked for market data, like 70% people use budget shops, 30% use high-end salons. And we can also ask the interviewer, has the client done any research about how many people would likely shift? Ask for location comparison. Since there are two locations and we have to tell which location is more profitable, we need to get more details about the location. So we have to ask the interviewer some more information about the two locations. Ask about loyalty program. If you want to go a step ahead, you can ask the interviewer whether we can consider having a loyalty program, and you can give some detailed financial details about whether it is beneficial or not. push for final recommendation with risks, and finally you have to give some recommendations and consider the risks there. Okay, so market analysis, we have already seen that, okay, 70% of male population uses budget shops, and current price is $18 for that. And we asked the interviewer, uh, 12% people would likely switch. In real world scenarios, we would generally do market research, we would generally do surveys to identify these problems, or the client can give us these the client can give us this data by doing surveys itself. And high-end users, there are 30% of people that do that go to high-end salons where the current price is $45, and only 8% of that sector is likely to switch to a mid-tier option. So that is the research provided by our client. Now let us look at a location comparison, because we have to ask the interviewer about these informations as it is a candidate-led interview. Okay, so there are two locations, downtown and suburban. We have our monthly rent. We have equipment cost, which is same for both. Marketing cost. Marketing cost is less in downtown. It might be because it might be a more densely populated region, so with less cost you can get better results. Staff needed, it is 3 barbers needed in downtown, because as our expectation, downtown looks to be like more densely populated, because we need more barbers as well. We need to have less marketing, and rent is also higher in that area. Hourly wage per barber is same in both the cases. Operating hours is same in both the cases, and customer reach multiplies 1.2 times the base and 0.8 times the base. It means that, okay, it is likely that, okay, if you open your shop in downtown, it is likely that, okay, 1.2 times of your estimate value, 1.2 times of your estimated number of customers might come there, or 0.8 times of your estimated number of customers might come if you open in suburban location with the same marketing cost. So these are some rough estimate values. This is some data which the client has provided or the interviewer has provided. Okay, so now we will do a quick brief analysis. We will do a quick financial analysis. Since this is an easy level case, I don't think it should be too hard to follow. It's simple. We have to calculate our estimated cost for both locations, our estimated revenue of both locations, and we should be good enough. So to calculate our estimated revenue, we have to calculate estimated target market size, and so we are doing the same thing. Okay, so total male population is 40,000 men. We already know 70% of this 40,000 is 28,000 men which use budget salons, and 30% of this 40,000 is 12,000 men which use high-end salons. And now our expected customers by location, we have like budget customers is, we already calculated, we had 28,000 budget customers. 12% of that, this was the information provided to us by the client, 12% is 3,360. So okay, 3,360 customers are likely to move from budget salons to our mid-tier option, and 8% of 12,000, which is 960 customers, are likely to move from high-end salons to mid-tier option. So total we can expect around 4,320 customers. If we open our shop in downtown, it will be 1.2 times of that expected number, which is 5,184. If we open our shop in suburban, it is 0.8 times of our expected number, which is 3,456. So we have a rough idea of how many people are willing to come if we open our shop in downtown, or how many people are willing to come if we open our shop in suburban. And using this information of expected customers, we can calculate our revenue location wise. So we have our revenue location wise, which is the expected number of customers into haircuts per year into price per haircut. We get these values. You can take a look at them. Now, once we have a revenue per location, we can also do a quick calculation of costs per location. The major cost for downtown, let us do first for downtown. Rent is $4,000 monthly. We have $48,000 for that. Equipment is there, marketing is there, labor. So okay, we had 3 barbers there, each barber taking $18 per hour. We have 10 hours, and there are like 300 working days we are assuming, because we will take 50 weeks and we will take 6 working days, and which will be like 300 working days we are assuming. We could have taken it to be higher as well. We could have assumed that okay, we open our salon every day, every week, so that would have given you like 52 multiplied by 7, like 365 or something. You could assume that okay, we are just taking round figures, right? So that's why we took 50 weeks, and we assume that okay, at least one day in the week will be a holiday. So 15 to 6 is 300 working days we have assumed. You could have taken it to be like 365 as well. It doesn't matter. So we calculated our labor cost because of three barbers, $18 per hour, 10 working hours, and 300 days. This gives you 162,000 labor cost for the entire year. So for first year we have 250,000 as our cost. And we do similar calculation for our suburban location. We calculate rent, we calculate equipment, we have a marketing cost, and then labor cost. We had two barbers only, and $18 per hour, 10 hours, 300 days. That gives you this. And total cost for suburban is 171. Now once we have a revenue and cost, we can calculate our profit easily. Profit from downtown is 1.2 million approximately, and profit from suburban is 800,000 approximately. And so downtown is more profitable by $404,000. So this gives us an idea that okay, our friend can make a profit, our friend can make a better profit in downtown location, and it is good for him to open this. So yes, he can enter this barbershop market by bringing out a mid-tier option. Okay, so we have our key insights. Downtown location generates 50% more profit despite higher costs. Although the costs are higher, the revenue is also much higher. So we get 50% more revenue as compared to suburban location. Higher foot traffic is there because our estimate might be wrong, but even then it compensates for higher rent, it compensates for higher costs and all these things. And both locations are profitable, so it does not matter whether friend opens in suburban or downtown, as both of them are profitable. So friend can choose either, but it is better to go to the downtown location. Mid-tier positioning captures customers from both segments. We had done surveys and we had data that okay, people are likely to switch to mid-tier option. A good number of people are likely to switch to mid-tier option. Now there are some risks to consider. Survey-based switching rates will not materialize immediately. We have to be considerable that okay, anyways we did survey 12%, 8%, and then 1.2 times our estimates. This might not be visible immediately. It might be the case that okay, people said something else in survey, and like being the footfall might not be as per our expectations. It might take longer than a year. It might take say 2-3 years to get that value. So this is a risk because it might be the case that less people are moving. Competitors could respond with pricing changes. Our initial assumption was that okay, competitors will not do anything because the interviewer had considered that okay, you can ignore any competition. But when we are telling our answer, when we are telling our recommendations, we have to tell the risks as well. And competitors can lower their prices or do something else in response to your new venture. Staff quality is critical. Need to attract good barbers. We have to have good staff. We cannot just hire anybody. That is also a new market. That is also a new risk when you're trying to enter a new market. Economic downturn could push customers back to budget options. If the economy is not doing well, if there are some external factors which we have to consider, it might be the case that people might move to the budget shops or to the lower segment. They might not be willing to spend $28 for the haircut. So this captures external factors, this captures our competition factors, and all these things. So our final recommendation, how would you tell the interviewer that what is your final recommendation? Recommend downtown location with projected year one profit of 1.2 million. The higher rent is offset by significantly higher customer value. Suggest starting with 2 barbers and then we can add third one when the demand is high. Because our estimate was 3 barbers, but we can start with 2 barbers. If the footfall is high, then we can have third one also. We can also consider a loyalty program, like say maybe 10% discount on 5th visit, or we can also consider like 5th, every 10th haircut is free, or all these things. We can have some loyalty program as well, and we can do some analysis about that as well. So this can be our final recommendation. And let us discuss about what the different kind of follow-up questions the interviewer might ask. Should your friend offer a loyalty program? We'll do a quick analysis of that in the next slide. So if the interviewer asks us that okay, since we are starting a new venture and most of the shops do some loyalty programs or some cards or stickers or all these things, should you also do it, or should your friend do it? So you will do a quick brief analysis of that. What marketing strategies would you recommend for launch? These are some subjective questions which you can think about. You can have some you can take some time, think about it, and these are just subjective to you. How should you think about expanding to additional locations and all these things? You can ask for more information if the interviewer is asking for these questions. You are free to ask for more information, and like for example, what marketing strategies would you recommend? Ask the interviewer what marketing strategies are available, what are their costs, and what is the expected number of, what is the expected outreach. So all these things, you do not have to take any wild guess about anything. If the interviewer asks you a question, since this is a candidate-led interview, you are free to ask the interviewer other questions which help you make a decision. So it's okay, it's not at all wrong. Structure your answers using the same approach as the main case, and for all these follow-up questions also follow a structured approach. Okay, so before closing, we'll do a quick loyalty program analysis. Should the shop offer every 10th haircut free? Is it feasible, or how will it affect our revenue basically? So without loyalty program, there were 584 customers, each paid for 10 haircuts at the price of $28 per haircut, which was and this leads to a revenue of $1.45 million. And without loyalty, with loyalty, if we offer a loyalty program, then instead of paying for 10 haircuts, each customer is effectively paying for 9 haircuts. So our revenue will be multiplied by 9 and divided by 10. Like effectively, it will be a 10% revenue loss. So our revenue loss will be $145,000. So because they are only paying for 9 haircuts, you could have just this. Look at this third line. It's simply just 5184 multiplied by 9 and multiplied by 28, because 10 and 10 cancel out. So that gives us the revenue for 9 haircuts, and our revenue loss is $145,000. But if you're offering a loyalty program, it might be the case that okay, people are visiting more frequently. It has increased our retention, and instead of visiting 10 times, they are now visiting 11 times per year. And if that's the case, then our new revenue will be 5184 multiplied by 11 multiplied by 28, and that is effectively multiplied by 10 and divided by 11. So 11 and 11 cancel out, which is effectively now they are paying for 10 haircuts and getting 11 haircuts. So the revenue is same as before, which we calculated. So it's a break even. So in this case, we can take a quick look that okay, there is a benefit of offering a loyalty program, and there is a disadvantage. The disadvantage is it can lead to revenue loss. The benefit is it might lead to increased retention, which offsets that revenue loss and increases our like we have the same revenue as before. So this will help the client make any informed decision. And so the client should only offer this loyalty program if the client is confident enough that the visitor frequency will increase. So the interviewer will be happy as well, because you consider all these things. So we consider external factors like if the economy is down, people might move to low segment, low budget shops, which was our risk. And we also considered competition, which was like the interviewer had said you can ignore it. We considered our capabilities, which is not very significant in this case because we're just opening a barber shop, and we did a good amount of financial analysis. And so we also consider a loyalty program. So if you have learned something new, if you like this video, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and join the WhatsApp channel, the link to which is in the description. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.